Hello and welcome back, everyone. This is episode 8 of our Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 walkthrough and tips and tricks playthrough. When we last left off, we traveled down to Samine Castle, to the stables. It's a small castle. Samine Keep, I think, would maybe be better. But to the stables, and we got our good old buddy Pebbles back. So we now have a horse to get around a little quicker around the Trotsky region. And when I left off, I said that I thought we were going to maybe go straight to Radovan to the blacksmith. But looking at my stats, we're sitting pretty good in energy. We've got 81 for our energy. We've got some time to do some other stuff first. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to head right back to Troskowitz because I forgot to make some fox potion, and we really want to get that going. It's such a valuable tool, especially early game, where you can get this pretty substantial buff to your experience that you gain. So we're going to do that first, and then we're going to actually go over and do a couple of other things before we go to Radovan's to start the blacksmithing stuff. And we'll go through that once I get done with our fox potion here. So remember, we talked about this in the last episode. Now that we've got Pebbles, we want to ride everywhere that we can rather than to fast travel. Because once we reach 35 miles ridden on Pebbles, we're going to get that good old Pebbles perk, and Pebbles is going to become the best horse in the game. So I may occasionally, just for convenience, do some fast travel. You guys let me know down in the comments if you would like for me, when I'm going on some of the longer rides, if you would like me to kind of edit that out. And only come back if we run into bandits or some sort of random encounter or whatever. But for now, I'm going to leave them in. Most of the rides are not that long. So I've said that this is going to be kind of a casual playthrough, not something we're going to be rushing around. So anyways, you guys can let me know in the comments if you would prefer that I cut out the travel stuff. All right, so we're going to make a fox potion. Remember, we don't have the recipe for fox. This is one of the very few ways that I will kind of use a bit of a cheat in the game, which is that you can go online, you can find the recipes for all the potions that you can make in KCD2. All you have to do is brew that potion, and now you will essentially, as far as the game's concerned, learn that potion. It'll go into your recipe book. So remember, I do have, I will be putting a link in the description below to this document where I have put together all of what I feel are the most important alchemy recipes for you to have. And I did want to talk about these just really quick before we move on. I don't have a scroll over here. All right, so first one, Aqua Vitalis. There are about 3 potions that are really good for you to have, especially early on when you know that you're going to be going into a fight. Aqua Vitalis is one of those. It reduces the loss of health and slows bleeding. Very, very critical one. This one, it's almost at the Henry level. It's a little bit broken. It really takes away from how much health you lose, and if you do happen to start bleeding, the bleeding is substantially slower. Only requires dandelion and marigold, so definitely one that can easily be made. Artemisia increases your strength, and if good quality, reduces how much stamina it costs to attack and defend. Okay, so that's going to be great. If you happen to have a weapon that you didn't have enough strength for, I forget how much strength it gives you. I want to say it's not huge, but I want to say it's like 3 points. I think it increases your strength by about 3 points. Requires wormwood, which we did. Remember, we found some wormwood. Wormwood is also used in poisons. We found some wormwood right here in Troskowitz. Sage, super easy to find anywhere you need, anywhere around the Trotsky region. Bane poison, huge. Okay, this is depletes 110 health and leads to certain death. In better quality, it depletes health faster. It's better for poisoning cauldrons than applying to weapons. I don't agree with that. I mean, in terms of maybe weapons, yes. But on arrows, Bane is super powerful. What it's going to do is it's going to slow them down. Your very first hit with the arrow, within a second or two, they're going to start grabbing at their stomach, going, "Oh, that food I ate must have been bad or something," and they're going to slow down to a limping walk. It's super critical, super helpful, and then they're going to die within probably, depending on how strong your bane is, how good your arrows are. They're probably going to die from that first hit. Sometimes I'll go ahead and hit them a second time just to get them to die quicker. But Bane poison, super, super helpful. Buck's blood increases stamina and increases stamina regeneration if good quality. So going to regenerate your stamina, especially early on when your stamina is super low like ours is. This Buck's blood can be super helpful. Cockerel comes in really handy when you're out in the middle of nowhere. You want to knock out a couple of side quests without going to find a bed to sleep in. This increases energy at better qualities. It also slows down the fatigue, how quickly you get tired. So we'll definitely be making some cockerel at some point. Requires valerian and mint. Digestive potion. This is great for if you happen to overeat or you eat something that it has gone bad. Always good to keep a few digestive potions on you and handy. Fox potion, that's the one that we're going to make now. At good quality, increases the experience gained. Hair of the dog, if you happen to drink too much and you get super drunk, I'm looking at you, Cumin Quest. You can take some hair of the dog to sober up a bit. I don't know about you, but when Henry gets drunk, really drunk, it is very disorienting. Remember, we did get the perk where we shouldn't get hangovers. So when we do drink a bunch, next morning when we wake up, we'll be okay. We won't be hungover and be debuffed. But hair of the dog can help to reduce the drunkenness effect. That's what I tend to use it for most. All right. Marigold decoction, we've already talked about that. That's our healing potion. Nighthawk, very helpful when you're trying to do stealthy stuff at night. Even though I'm not going to be stealing a whole lot of stuff, there are some main quest things that require you to sneak around at night, stuff like that. Nighthawk helps you to basically see in the dark. I feel like they've somewhat reduced the effect of Nighthawk in KCD2, even since the game first came out. It used to be like you drank a Nighthawk and it was like it goes from dead of night to dusk or early dawn in terms of the light that you see. Now, if there is absolutely no light source around, it's still pretty darn dark. There needs to be at least some slight light source to help the Nighthawk really work, which I'm okay with. The way that it worked in KCD1 and before, I think maybe they fixed this in a patch or something. I felt like it was a little bit overpowered. And with this game being more of a based in realism sort of a thing, I was like, man, you're not going to drink something that's going to do, not that you can drink something that's going to do what it does now, but at least it's a little closer to reality. Painkiller Brew, another great one for when you get into fight. Lessens the effects of wounds and reduces the amount by which stamina is decreased with health. So when your health goes down, so if we take a look at my health bar down in the bottom, as that red bar gets knocked down, I don't know how to make my bar come back. I'm in the cinematic view. But as your health bar goes down, however much your health bar goes down, you lose that much stamina as well. So using that painkiller brew, it gives you a little bit more stamina. You don't lose as much stamina as you do health when you take a hit. So that can be super helpful. Quick Finger Potion, this increases, mostly I use it for my thievery skill. If you get to a chest that you need to lock and it's too, the chest is too high level of a lock for you, you can drink a Quick Finger and potentially be able to get into that lock. Again, mostly using this for quests that require you to break into a chest. I'm not going to be doing a whole lot of just stealing from people. Savior shops, we all know what that is. But anyways, again, link to this document down in the description below. And right now what we're going to do is we're going to make some fox potion. All right. So fox potion, we need nettle, St. John's wort. We've got some dried St. John's wort. We've got some dried belladonna. We're going to need to go pick some nettle, and we're going to need to get some charcoal from the, what happened there? We're going to need to get some charcoal from the alchemist. So again, nettle, you can usually find it right around houses. I know there's some back along. There's some more wormwood. Do we want to go? Okay, here's a bunch of nettle there. All right, that's plenty of nettle. I'm now debating. I think maybe we do go ahead and make a couple of other potions just to have handy. In particular, I'm thinking about the what was I thinking? I had it and it was leaving me. I was thinking about the cockerel potion. Valerian and mint. We've got some dried valerian. I think there's some mint in the garden over here. Mint. There we go. All right. How much did we get? We got 6. That should be enough. And I think, like I said, I think we've got at least 2 dried valerian. Oh, we've got 2 fresh valerian. Perfect. Okay. So we need charcoal from the alchemist. And that, materials, charcoal, we'll just buy it all. I'm going to go ahead and buy his dried belladonna. Can never have too much belladonna. Anything else? Yeah, let's go ahead and buy the valerian. I only had 2. I think that's it. All right, we're gonna
talk about
haggle.
The price.
Gut, versuchen wir's.
And we're gonna give him that little tip, get the
And
double
something for your
reputation
trouble.
bump.
Oh nein, vielen Dank. Wirst sicher zufrieden sein.
And I don't know why I keep pressing escape. All right, so let's start with our fox potion. Let me get my torch out. Okay, light up the place a little bit before I step up to the bench. All right, so fox potion is, oops. Okay, it's in oil. We need 1 each of nettle, St. John's, belladonna, and charcoal. Oil. Let's see here. Charcoal, belladonna, nettle, and St. John's. Hopefully having the fresh nettle and charcoal in this recipe is going to get us that highest quality. I'm pretty sure it should. All right, so we're going to grind the St. John's and the nettles, add them to the cauldron, boil for 2, grind the charcoal, Add the belladonna for 1 turn. Okay. So St. John's and nettles ground 2 turns. Let's see. St. John's and nettles. Grind it. All right, so here's where we're going to use that shortcut. Remember, if you prep your mortar with the thing that you're going to grind, a grind and putting it in the plate is going to be a 2-turn boil. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to drop my kettle down, cauldron. It's going to take a little bit longer to boil because it's our first time at the bench. There we go. Go ahead and grind up our charcoal. Put it in the dish when it's done. Raise our cauldron. Put in our charcoal and our belladonna. And boil for 1 turn, right? Boil for 1. Okay, so we're going to boil, lower it, count like 1, 2, turn over my hourglass. I generally click the button right as the sand's about to run out, just to be as precise as I can. And then are we pouring? We're just pouring, okay? And fingers crossed we get that Henry level Fox potion. Henry's Fox, perfect. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is 6 of them is gonna last us a little while, but I'm gonna boil another one. But I'm gonna go ahead and drink that Fox because it's gonna give us a buff to the alchemy that we're gonna be doing. So open up my menu, go to my food, drink that Henry's Fox. We can see in the description over here, increases speech by 7, increases reading speed, and increases the amount of experience gained by 50% for 2 days. All right. So in the bottom next to my health bar, we can see the Fox there. It's going to let us know, how long it's got left in it. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to boil 1 more Fox. That'll give us 11 on hand. For me, I like to boil, wait, it's not water, it's oil. If you happen to pour the wrong base into the cauldron, you can just long press escape to restart the process. Oh, I could long press R to restart without leaving the bench. All right. I like to boil a few because once you've got the recipe kind of in your head, if you're at all like me, once we play a couple of hours, if I were to come back and try to do it again, I'd have to look at the recipe again just to make sure I know what I'm doing. All right, we've got our oil. We're going to do our charcoal, our belladonna, our mint, and our nettle. Okay, we're going to, no, not mint. Oops, sorry. No mint. It's St. John's wort. Okay, so we're going to grind our St. John's in the nettle. And we're going to throw that in the pot. We're going to prep our charcoal. Drop that cauldron down. It should boil fairly quick since we did one just a sec ago. Go ahead and start my grind. Plop that in the dish. Raise the cauldron. Throw our charcoal in and our belladonna. Boil that for 1 turn. Perfect. All right, and we got alchemy. We got a perk point. So I'm going to go ahead and step away from the bench again. Grab that perk point. See what we get out of it. All right. Ooh, poison specialist 2. Brewing potions. Yeah, I don't use the hand cannons very much, so we probably we'll get the special powder when there's nothing left to get. But I think I'm just going to go ahead for now and go for the poison specialist, so we can, when using a dose of poison on arrows, you can poison even more of them, and it's going to last longer on your weapon. All right, now we're going to go and we're going to make some cockerel. I think that's all we're going to do for now. So, cockerel is the valerian and mint. We've got fresh mint and dried valerian, as long as, you know, at least, I think it's got to be like half, or I heard somebody say at least one. I haven't really tried that though. I'm a little skeptical of that. I think it's got to be like at least half of your ingredients. All right, so we're going to be in spirits. 1 valerian, 2 mint. We're going to grind the 2 mint, add it to the cauldron, boil for 1, add the valerian, boil for 2, and distill. Okay, 2 mint for 1 turn, 2 ground mint for 1 turn in spirits. It was the mint, 2 ground mint. Yes, okay. So, mint, and we'll go ahead and use the fresh valerian as well. Yeah. All right, so 2 mint, ground for 1 turn. And you can see the fox recipe is now in our book over there because we created a fox potion. All right, so 1 turn on the mint. And 2 turns on the 1 valerian. And then we're gonna distill it. So you grab a file, look at the still, long press your E. And we should get ourselves a Henry Cockerel. 6 of them. There we go. All right. Since I'm here, I know the recipe. I'm gonna go ahead and boil 1 more of these up. Come on, why are you being weird? All right. I've already forgotten 2 nettle, right? 2, mint and valerian. See, even within that short period of time, I can't remember. It's not nettle, it's mint. Okay, 2 mint. Yay. Boil for 1 turn. And I'm really losing it. Let's lower the cauldron. 2 turns on the Valerian. Can I just say how amazing this looked? This game is just absolutely incredible with its graphic. I thought the first KCD1 looked really, really nice, but they definitely upped their game with KCD2. All right. As long as I didn't bot something up here, which I'm not 100% confident. All right, Henry's Cockerel. Okay, we're going to get out of here. We now have the cockerel so that even it... Oh, okay, we got... it's nighttime. Riding around in the dark is not the most fun, especially where we're going to be going. Let's go ahead and... we're a little bit hungry. We're at 78. Let's do this, though. Let's go see if there's any honey back, if the honey is replenished out here. I don't think it will have, but it's worth a shot. And then I think we will go ahead and try to sleep a little bit behind the cart at Betty's Inn, just to get to some daylight. Otherwise, we could just pass time and use a cockerel if needed. Okay, it's empty. All right, they're all still empty. All right, so we're going to head over to Betty's Tavern. Where are we? Here we are. If you're not familiar, if you're kind of new to KCD2, good day. You do, whenever you're walking around at night, you gotta have a torch out or you're gonna get bitched at by the guards. One very nice thing that they have done in KCD2 is that if you're traveling, if you start like a fast travel during the day and head into a town, it'll automatically light a torch for you. KCD1, if you started your fast travel in the day and it got dark during your fast travel and you ended up in town, you would actually even sometimes get a fine for not having your torch out when you got into town. Kind of frustrating. But all right, we're going to put our torch away. Hopefully nobody sees us going to lay down here. We might get kicked out here since the tavern's still open, but we're going to give it a shot. Let's see, we want to sleep till daylight, so let's go ahead and sleep till then. Ah, we got away with it. So again, don't get a save out of that, but we do get our sleep. And it would regenerate health if we were down on health. Do we need to wash? Nope, we're okay. How are our shoes looking? 89, because we're riding horseback. Those gloves are bad, but I'm not wearing them. I wonder if do they give us any? They do give us a little bit armor. Let's go ahead and repair those gloves. I think armor's kit will fix them. No. Let's fix our shield though. Not worth fixing that to get better sell value out of it. Cobblers. Does Cobblers fix gloves? Cobblers fix gloves. And we might as well go fix our boots while we're at it. Okay. And put the gloves on. That's the whole point. Okay. So yeah, again, we're still dirty. Not doing anything where we really need to pass skill checks. I love the fact that you randomly see guys in the stocks. You can talk to them. Hey, what's up? You can make fun of them a little bit. All right. We're going to head back to Pebbles. We're going to go to... For starters, we're going to go to where Mud is. To Does that make sense? Trying to plot out the best route here for time saving purposes. So yeah, I think Mutt, Bojena, around Rock Tower Pond, get our money in the chest, go find Mutt. Yeah, that should work.
Go!
Now, if you want to get as many potential random occurrences as you can, it does pay to stay on roads. I tend to shortcut a lot, just kind of go the direct route to wherever I'm going. But if you're looking for random encounters, what do we have here? Dice play? Nah, don't get sidetracked here. Right, so we're going to head over to Pebbles. You know what? I might say on this road, just because we might... Oh, yep, speak of the devil. Okay. All right, I'm going to... We haven't entered combat yet. Again, like I said, I don't like the save scum. But in this case, I know I haven't saved since we started the episode. I'm going to go ahead and take a schnapps. And we've got our marigold decoction in there. And we're going to go ahead and try and fight these guys. Oh, they're attacking a pedestrian. Get a few licks in on this guy with the most armor. Okay, we got him down to half health. Try to keep these guys in line. Using the poke a lot. Okay, keep them in line so the other guy doesn't attack us from the side. Okay, he's out of stamina.
You won't get me!
This other guy's gonna probably come at us from the side. Oh, that hurt. Okay, see, I got my stab in even though he started his attack first. Oh boy. All right, we need to drink a potion. 5. You got to get your full drink in before they attack you. All right, now we're healing a little bit. I'm bleeding. Get away so this other guy doesn't. Stamina back up. It's also good to attack this guy that's got the most armor first, and stay away from the guy with the sword because the guy with the sword potentially could know the Master Strike. All right, we got him. Now we can take care of this guy. I'm gonna lock into him since there's only him left. Ooh, got a nice little combo on him. One thing to know, you can keep riposting even though your stamina is depleted. So if you're fully depleted with your stamina, oh, he got up. You can still block and try your riposte. So you can basically keep doing this for an infinite amount of time. The block and repose. But as I've told you before, better enemies, the riposte it's really just you sitting there, block riposte, he blocks riposte. You block riposte, he blocks riposte. So this guy's got pretty good skill. All right. Okay, we need to bandage our wounds because we're bleeding. From the head because we don't have a helmet on. Okay, that did fix it. We need some more bandages. His hunting sword, not worth. Uh, when you've got something like that, it's only worth 3.2 groschen. We're gonna maybe get like 0.8 groschen from a trader. Um, oh, we do get a crossbow though and some bolts, so we could poison. We could go make some poison, and we could poison some crossbow bolts. I like to sort their loot by their value, and then you can see you can come up here to the 3 bars, and you can actually remove the section headers, and we can just see, okay, what's he got that's worth the most. I'll go ahead and take his pancake. Other than that, I really don't want to carry around any of that stuff that's not worth anything. But we should get a helmet off of this guy. Oh, and some plate leggings. This guy's going to gear us up really well here. So half plate legs. We got a bassinet, chainmail gauntlets, mail coif, hauberk. That gambeson might be better than the one we have on. And some groschen. I'm going to grab the perch because we're going to be going to get mutt here. All right, so that's, I wanted to come over to the road because, and actually we're going to get a couple of groschen from this guy. I can put my sword away. So saving
the second time this has happened.
Villagers that happen to get attacked by bandits, you generally are going to get
Thank God you
5
turned
groschen
up,
or something
friend.
from them.
Thank you.
Glad to help.
Don't mention it. I'm just glad you're all right.
All thanks to you. Take this. I would have lost a lot more if it wasn't for you. And thank you again.
All right, 40 groschen. That is a very generous reward. Again, most of the time it's like 5 or 10 groschen. Okay. Get a sip of coffee here. All right, let's throw that new gear on. That's why I came over to the road, because early on this road, there's 2 roads that lead over to Takov. And you will get a lot of random encounters with bandits on those roads. And early on, it's gonna get you kitted out. So it's not a great bassinet, but it's a bassinet. Oh, we need to put on our mail coif first. Bassinet. Okay. As a matter of fact, let's not do that. Let's do this. Take off your head protection first. Okay. Let's stay with this in this set. And let's go back to this set that was going to be our battle get up. All right, that and that. And is this better? It is not. Even though it's at 92 health, the gambeson we've got is better. Okay, yeah, it is a little better. Okay, I'm going to use that hauberk, the chainmail gauntlets, and the half plate. I don't have what? Do I need gartered hose? No. I need padded leggings. Quilted trousers. Let's take those and see if that gets us. I don't think I've run into that before. That. Okay, there we go. All right. So you can see our defense went significantly up. 110-2-3 to 90-23, 69-97. We're much more well equipped to take on some bandits if we run into them now. And we won't take that heavy damage to the head that we did this time. All right. Pebbles. I keep pressing escape. It must be from other games that I'm playing currently. I'm overloaded. Great. Okay. Let's go ahead. Move this over to Pebbles. Move those to Pebbles. How are we now? We're 150 of 150. Let's move over. Ooh, that bacon went bad. This is something that I did learn a couple of playthroughs ago. I used to feed because Mutt would eat whatever you throw down. Feeding Mutt spoiled food will lower his loyalty. So you don't want to feed Mutt spoiled stuff. We do need to eat a little bit. I'm going to eat a bread roll and this pancake, and we can still eat 1 honey. All right. let's see. What else was I going to be doing in here? Already lost my train of thought. We're lowering some weight. That got us down a little bit. Let's go ahead and throw... we only need a couple fox potions on us at the moment. So we'll drop this down to just keep 2 on hand. We want all of our marigold decoction. We got... Where did we get some strongs? Okay, we'll go ahead and put those strongs over on pebbles. And we'll throw like... Whoop, not what I wanted. Gonna throw like 4 of those over to pebbles. All right, we're down to 145. Drinking water is really not worth it. Ooh, our health's at 65, so we do need to drink a marigold. Henry's marigold gives you 60 health over time. Had I been only down a little bit of health, I might have eaten a few apples or something. But all right, we're down to 143. What else? We could put our spade over to pebbles. Let's go ahead and repair what we can with our armor here. We're not going to be able to repair these. I doubt we'll even be able to skill-wise yet. So let's just go ahead. We'll repair the gambeson and the hauberk and the helmet. That's the shield we're using. Yeah. I can try. Oh. Wow, and only, I'm surprised that only costs that much. Okay, all right, well, let's fix, oof, okay, the legs cost a bunch. So we'll just go with that. What do we have? Yeah, the coat from our other set. We'll go ahead and fix that. All right, let's get back on pebbles. And we're heading back towards mud. All right, so that was a very fortunate encounter. Running into those bandits. Got us very well kitted out. All right, we got a horsemanship perk. That's over here. Head Start. That's a very good perk. Again, knight in training, that is for horseback combat. I don't tend to fight from horseback very much at all, if any. Head Start. So if you want a quick head start, you're just going to double tap your left shift, and it's going to give you a quick burst of speed out of the gates. We're going to take that, and I can show you that right here. So if I just double tap my shift, you get that nice little burst of speed from whatever horse you're running. It's not specific to your horse that you own. If you happen to have stolen a horse or were borrowing a horse, it's going to work for that as well. All right, so we also did here, we discovered Zhelyov. There's a couple of quests that are going to happen in Zhelyov. There's a bath. Zhelyov is kind of like split. There's the main community, and then there's a inn and tavern up here with some baths. How are we in money now? 473. Yeah, I think we'll actually we'll hit we'll hit the other part of Zhelyov, the baths, on the way back. So we'll wait till then and clean up. Oh boy. Make sure I'm not. Yeah, I can go pretty much kind of straight towards that mark. So one of the reasons that we want to get Mutt early on here is that he is a really great distraction when you get into a fight where you're outnumbered. He's going to take a little bit of heat off of you. Let's see, we have to go up and around here. And And then we should run into that guy searching over the bandit that fell off the cliff with us up here. And here he is. And he's going to want to fight. We could technically talk him out of it.
What the fuck is this supposed to mean?
But we're just going to go ahead and fight him for the combat experience. He's not very skilled.
I yield. Mercy.
All right.
I surrender. You wouldn't kill me.
Give me everything you have and leave.
Give me everything you have, and I'll let you go.
All right. Easy now. Just let me go, and I'll give you everything.
He doesn't have very good gear anyways. More times than not, I just go ahead and finish him off, even if they surrender. It's like, hey, he drew his sword as soon as we came up. He wanted the fight. You don't get to fight me halfway until you figure out that I'm kicking your butt and then, yield or whatever. All right. Oh, actually, he had a better hunting sword than us. So we're going to go ahead and put that there. We can actually just go ahead and drop this. It's not worth much. Yeah, that's right. I've got it equipped over here. Oh, let's go ahead and equip this hunting sword there. Go back to this. He had a bearded axe. I guess we'll throw that on pebbles. We still don't have the stats for the flanged mace. It would be better, but we're a long way. 16 strength, we're a long way from that. There is a perk that we may get coming up. Oh, we did get a strength perk here. All right, hardworking lad. Okay, carrying sacks and bodies. That actually comes in more handy than it seems like. There are a surprisingly large number of sack carrying side quests in the game, and also times when you have to carry bodies. So that does come in handy. But this one is similar to the one that we got for our agility, in that it lowers the required strength level for melee weapons by 1. So we're going to go ahead and grab that. What that does is that even if you already do have the stats for a weapon, so like this one requires minimum strength 3, it's based in agility. Agility is its main stat because it's a one-handed sword. But basically the increased damage that you get from having more than what the minimum requirements are is going to increase by having that -1 to the required strength for weapons and things like that. Did we have any other perks that we got? No, we didn't. Oh, wait, yep, swords. Okay, opening strike is a pretty good one. So if you successfully wound an opponent by a strike to an uncovered zone, it will be more difficult for the opponent to block your subsequent attacks. Really good one. Precise strike, a fully charged sword attack. Your sword fighting skill will count as 3 higher. So your attack will not only be stronger, but it will also be harder to parry. I think I'm going to go with this one, the opening strike, because again, getting an open hit on them basically debuffs them. So I'm going to go with that one for starters, and that'll do it. All right. So again, this is the guy. If you remember, there's the cliff. I think we fell from right up there, and Hans took his gear. Now we can come over here.
There's something lying
We see
over
this
there.
animal here.
I hope it's not mutt.
Okay, examine it.
A
It's
nice
just
bit
a
of
deer.
venison, and something took a good bite of it. Could mutt have been here?
All right. So now it's still wanting me to do something in the area. What does it want? There's something further down the road. No. I think we're glitching a little bit. Oh no, we have to look at this guy.
Dead and robbed of everything,
Okay.
just like Capon left him.
So now
There's
he
no trace of
should
Mutt.
say to go check.
Mutt's
Yep,
nowhere around.
Bojana.
Someone must have taken him in. It's not far to the
So
herb woman's place. Maybe
Bojana
I should
is
ask her whether she's thinking.
back this way, I believe. Map. Yep. So we're gonna go back this way to Bojana. Here's the guy we just beat, limping down the road.
Quick!
Don't care if I run into him. So I can't help but look around and be amazed by how good the game looks.
Whoa!
All right.
Whoa!
I think we're actually probably going to get another side quest from Bojana here, if I'm not mistaken.
Will you help me, Henry?
Yep, yeah, we are. Go ahead and wash up. Real quick, before I forget, let's go see if that, I think the belladonna should have regrown back up here. And again, never pass up an opportunity to grab belladonna. All right. Did not regrow yet. Shucks. All right. Yeah. Nope, didn't regrow. I want to say it's about 4 or 5 game days for herbs to regrow. You know, I'm just going to go ahead and pick this marigold just for the increase to my survival stat. Again, whenever you have a chance, you know, go ahead and do anything that's going to increase a certain stat. And now that we have the fox, it's even more beneficial. What's up, Gamma? Yeah, we're going to go ahead and pay our debt back to her. We're going to remember we've got about, I think, 1,500 groschen over in that chest over there. And we owe Bojana. She hooked us up for sure. Let's go ahead and pay her back
for saving Sir Hans's life and mine. I promised I'd pay you back, and I keep my word. So please accept this token of gratitude on behalf of me and Sir Hans.
Thank you, Henry. You're an honorable man who doesn't make promises lightly. I'll put it aside for Pavlena. And since you're here, would you help an old woman with something? It's about Pavlena.
All right, I want to check real quick where we're at. All right, we're at 53 minutes. So once we finish our discussion with Bojana, we'll end this episode. What happened?
Has something happened?
My daughter Pavlena. Remember her? She was here when I was healing you two.
I remember
Of
her.
course.
What's wrong with her?
She's missing. It's not like her to be wandering around like that. She goes to Troskovitz to sell baskets, but she knows I can't manage on my own, so she never stays away for long. These old eyes of mine can't see nothing much. Pavlena has to take care of me. She's a good girl, that lass of mine. I'm very worried about her. You understand? What if something's happened to her? God forbid. I can't look for her myself, but you could. I know I'm asking a lot of you, but I've no one else to turn to.
Of course I'll help.
All right, good wife. I'll try to find Pavlena for you.
Thank you, Henry. If I was you, I'd ask in Troskovitz. That's where she was heading last time I saw her. And if she arrived, someone must have seen her. And you can look in the hut in her place in the loft. She keeps her things there. My old legs ain't up to climbing stairs, but you might find some clues there.
All right. So normally when I'm playing through KCD and 2, I would normally go right away because, hey, Pavlena's missing, Bojana's distressed. I'm going to want to, you know, resolve that for her as soon as I can. But since we're doing more of a tips and tricks and walkthrough, this is a quest that you can put off for a little while. You can't put it off indefinitely. I don't know exactly what happens if you wait too long, but I'm pretty sure that there is a fairly far out time limit you got to do before you do some certain things. Otherwise, I think Pavlena might end up dead. So, anyways, we're going to look for clues, investigate.
Like she got up and went straight out.
Okay, she's got unfinished work.
She's got unfinished work here.
And a boy's cap.
Hey, this is a boy's cap. Does Pavlena wear it? Or did someone leave it here?
Okay, so you can see that our quest marker went away for up here. I don't think you can grab these. I think there's like a bolt or an arrow in that. Pavlena, no, there isn't. Pavlena does shoot bow and arrow. Apparently she's pretty good. There's a knife there too. We can't grab that. Okay. Whoops. No. What else? I thought that was it. What else is up here? Don't want to lockpick her chest. Okay, I'm blanking. Oh,
Clothes. If she planned to
I
run
thought that's
away,
what I was looking
she'd have
at
taken
before.
her with her.
okay. So now we've got all the stuff from here. We can go back and tell Grandma that, yeah, we found some stuff, including a boy's hat.
I had a look in.
And?
Oop, didn't mean
Did
to
you
skip
find
past that.
anything?
Found a
I
man's
found
cap.
a cap there. A man's cap. I don't suppose Pavlena would wear something like that.
You're saying she had some young man here? I'd surely have noticed.
I don't know, good wife. I'm just saying what I found.
Could she have found herself a bow in Troskovitz?
She's got
She's
some
got
unfinished
unfinished
work.
work there. She weaves baskets.
Aye, she usually has a few on the go. But she took them to the market in Troskovitz. We've got nothing here but what we make ourselves, or find in the woods. Pavlena weaves baskets very nicely. Folk buy them from her.
She didn't
She
pack
didn't
anything.
pack up her stuff. I don't think she was planning to be gone for long.
I told you, didn't I? Pavlena wouldn't run off.
All right.
I
About
wanted to ask you something else
Pavlena.
about
What
Pavlena.
else is in here? Yeah, we'll
Do
go.
you
We'll
think
go for
anyone might want
the
to
extra
hurt
speech.
Pavlena?
These are evil times, Henry. I dread to think what could happen to a young girl alone on the road. And besides, the folk in Troskovitz ain't too fond of us.
Yeah, we're gonna get the backstory on why they live out here in the woods. So.
What have the Troskovitz people got against you? Did something happen?
I'd rather not talk about it, Henry. I wouldn't want you to get the wrong impression about us.
But what if her disappearance is connected with it? Tell me about it, good wife.
Well, we haven't always lived here in the rocks, you know. We're from Troskovitz originally.
Right. And how come you left?
Left? They threw us out. A childbirth went awry, and we were driven away by all the lies told about us.
Went awry. What happened?
I don't want to talk about it. I'm sure the good folk of Troskovitz will be only too keen to tell you.
All right.
Pavlena
Is
is
she
young,
really your
and,
daughter?
Well, no offense, but you seem a little old to be her mother. Is she really your daughter?
She is. Not by birth, but that doesn't change anything. Her mother died in childbirth, and there was no one but me to take care of her.
All right. Not going to ask these other ones. They're really just kind of repetitive. We'll ask the other
Who
stuff
was
about
Pavlena's birth
Pavlena.
mother?
A girl from the charcoal burners. They left the county, and I think she had no one else. I buried her myself. No one came for her.
And her father?
And do you know anything about Pavlena's father?
I don't know who he was. Pavlena's mother was very young, and the fella surely abandoned her when her belly grew. She never told me nothing about him.
All right. And let's do
As
this
a
one too.
midwife, I'm sure you've seen it often that, that the mother doesn't survive childbirth.
All too often, lad. But that's the lot of women. Or is it any different where you're from?
No, it's not. True enough.
See then? Now, can we just keep our minds on Pavlena?
You got it. Okay, so we're going to go back. Let's ask about
Have you seen a stray dog around? I thought he was dead, but he's likely still alive.
I'm sorry. I haven't seen any dogs around.
Oh, Sakra.
Sakura.
Do you have any idea where else he might have gone?
If I were a dog, I'd go to where there's food. There are plenty of fishermen around the pond, and they're always throwing out leftovers at the tavern.
Do you think he'd go and steal leftover food?
I don't know much about dogs. He could have run into the woods and started hunting. He wouldn't be the first or the last. There's a whole pack of wolves near Sameen these days. Maybe your dog's gone feral and is running around with them.
Thanks.
All right. So,
Yeah, my friend.
all right, we've got a new quest. Again, I'm not going to jump right on it. We will get to it fairly soon, but we've got some other stuff that we want to get in first. But we're going to go ahead and end the episode here. Thanks to everybody that's watching out there. I hope you're enjoying this walkthrough and tips and tricks that I'm providing for you. If you do, please drop a like. If you feel that you would like to, go ahead and subscribe and maybe hit that bell so you get notifications when new episodes drop. We will see you on the next episode. Take care, everybody.